Where I come from in Ghana, there's never Christmas that's complete without this man. Where I come from in Accra, where I live, 24th Night franchise has been sold and bought by this man altogether. And when he puts up his enthralling show on the 24th Night, you can't miss it because that's the penultimate to the Christmas celebrations. I'm talking about the multiple award-winning, the favorite son of Africa, the quintessential musician, the music man himself, Kojo Antwi. He's in the house. Chief, good morning one more time.
Sir.
And Merry Christmas in advance to you.
Many happy returns.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
The last time you were here, you told me about your first girlfriend. You told me about
Yes, I did. Oh.
very exciting things.
Yeah.
We're getting ready for the 24th Night concert.
Yeah.
But before that, I've seen that over the years you've shifted the venue from the National Theatre to other venues.
Yeah.
Does that speak of the fact that we lack spaces to host events?
We do.
In this country?
We do. I have spoken about these in a lot of most of my interviews because you see the capacity of a conference center wasn't even built for events.
Right.
National Theatre was, but a population of over 30 or about
29.6 million.
Where?
About 30,
Yeah. You do not expect someone who lives all the way at Ajin, Ghana, or Trasako, wherever, to drive 2 hours to come to National Theatre after the event. Drive maybe an hour because the traffic has gone down.
Right.
That is not fair. You see, we have all these estate developers, and it must be part of a scheme that if you build about 100 or 200 houses, there must be a recreation center, a place that the capacity may be just for about 400, 500.
Right.
But then you create a place that people can go to, a multi-purpose kind of space that you can do a lot of, recreational activities.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? But we have just a few centers, and most of when I was growing up and when I wanted to be a musician, if you decided to go on tour, just at Circle, you could play at Tito, Apollo Theatre, Lido, and a whole lot of other places. Before I entered showbiz, there was Silver Cup. There was even a place that where you find our presidents. He had a place, Ring Road. There were a lot of activities. I'm talking about just Circle. Then there was the Orion Cinema.
Absolutely.
That you could also have performances. Where are they now?
They're all gone.
All gone.
How is that impacting our arts industry or music industry?
It has a lot of impact on us that even the policymakers don't realize. You see, this part of our world, we are the ones who swallow food. We swallow banku. I hope I'm not deviating.
No, it's okay.
We swallow banku, we swallow fufu, we swallow all the, and then we allow the stomach to work on it. That's why God gave us ampe, tumatu, and the palogo, so that after the heavy food, you dance, you move. By the time you retire to bed,
it's all digested and all.
Now we eat the same food and we sit behind television with our remote control, changing channels.
We're growing pot bellies.
You see what I mean? But we are not realizing that movement of the body has an impact on us as a nation, because if you don't have healthy people, you have to spend most of our taking care of them.
Right.
You understand? So every time it becomes who built how many hospitals and who built that. You understand? Music is therapeutic.
Somebody said that yes, the musicians are demanding for these things, and I know you're part of them.
Yeah.
But not many within your ranks fulfill their tax obligations. I know you are. You will pay your taxes, and you will encourage others to.
Yes.
But not many people within the music space pay their taxes, and yet they are the first to demand whose money should we use to build these things.
When they say we don't pay taxes, I think you see.
Not all of you. I'm saying, for example, if you have your 24th night concert, GRA will be there.
Of course.
You pay withholding taxes.
Before you start selling the tickets.
Exactly. And then you will have to go and declare your tax at the end of the year.
Sure.
You will do that.
Yeah.
There are a lot more musicians who won't do that.
Well,
because they won't put together a show where GRA can come there, because they won't go for a gig where they'll have to pay 7% withholding tax.
The system must be structured. I mean, we need a structure that if I do a gig for corporate bodies, that system is taken care of in the contract.
Right.
There's a certain percentage that goes.
Exactly, 7% withholding tax.
All my downloads on MTN platforms, taxes are deducted.
These are everywhere else.
Everywhere. But then when it comes to those shows that are due like private parties and, you know, but I have a company that payments are done through that.
Right.
And so it is...
The Rainbow Tribe will do that.
The Rainbow Tribe, but Freedom Family Entertainment will do that.
But then I'm saying that there are others who don't do it.
That's the system we inherited.
So whose money should we use to build these halls which will eventually benefit the musician? That's the question.
I think, you see, before you start asking the musician, and we complain about venues, I think there are systems that must be put in place.
Tell me about
I think
them.
some of the corporate bodies must have you know, tax holidays. If you can come out and produce shows or promote shows across the nation, number of shows. Go to Ivory Coast. They do same.
Right.
And that encourages a lot of activities, and there is a system. You understand what I'm saying? The whole music industry has been left in the hands of private people looking for profit. You can blame them for doing that. But then there must be a system that when a company can sponsor a number of events, not just that, but even the pan logo that I spoke about,
to incentivize them to do more.
Exactly. Then the system will take care of those aspects. You see, when a musician plays a show and he collects, let's say, about 50,000 a gig, that musician is waiting for the next gig in 5 months. Have you thought about it? Because we don't have the venues,
the means to push these things,
to get him working all the time. In other countries, you can go for grants.
Have our governments failed us in this enterprise?
I think so.
The MPP administration, for example, in their manifesto said they were going to restructure all the art centers we have and perhaps add on some more, the film village and the rest. 2 years into the government, we have not seen it. What are your own assessments, especially of the minister for tourism, culture, and creative arts?
There are difficulties. I know that there are difficulties. What it takes a lot. You see, we had a system. I remember, I've spoken about it. I remember recording Groovy album right here. Right here in this place. Ghana Films, whatever. You could come and have access to this. It was a government initiative. Somebody started it to create the means for musicians to have a place to go to. You know, some of the initiatives that I'm hearing, I heard about that our ministry, the creative arts and
culture and tourism.
I heard about the what do you call, some of my colleagues being appointed as ambassadors. It was a great thing. But if you choose someone like Nana Padu as an ambassador, find him some students from NAFTI to create his ideas into animation. But don't tell me Nana Padu becomes an what do you call, an ambassador and he goes to Boti Falls. Nana Padu has all these beautiful stories. When he was singing them, there was someone in the US called Walt Disney who was animating Cinderella, whilst we had someone who was narrating them. We didn't have it in script, but he has narrated them in songs. Why don't we have them in...
If you had a chance to advise the president or the minister for tourism, culture and creative arts on how to better your lot, one advice, what would it be?
One advice?
Yes.
I think they should. I will have so much to. I mean, one thing will be difficult. One thing will be difficult. I think they are trying to do something. Quite recently, we had Afrima, which was great. But if I had the chance of advising the ministry on Afrima, I would tell them, let's create our own thing, something made by Ghanaians that we can export after some time. You understand what I'm saying? That is one thing. I felt they were trying to do something for us.
Okay.
Great thing. They say the next 2 years will still be part of Africa, but what happens afterwards? So we need something
that we can own.
The Ghanaian music is quite recently. I hear Kwame Eugene was in Sierra Leone.
Right.
A hero.
Right.
Why are we not tapping into all that? You go to Gabon. Some of them are touring in Gabon. Why don't we have a system helping them out?
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So there's a lot. There is not one thing that can.
It's a concerted effort.
Correct.
Let's take a look at one of my favorite Kojo Antwi tracks, Adia Pena. You're looking for the thing, but it's hard to find. Going to see that on the 24th.
A lot more.
A lot more.
A lot more. You see, I took the show from National Theatre to Kempinski to Labadi Beach Hotel because it gives me that intimate feel.
I see.
You know, the fans are right in your face, and you know the guitarist is right in your face, and I get to do different things. You know, at the theater, people were talking about the intro, the outros, and what I do.
Yeah,
this time around, it's totally different.
I saw you come on a horse one time.
Yeah.
I saw you on a petal bed. I saw you fly in.
I've done everything I did that. But I mean, get to this pace. 2 years ago, we had this Welcome to the Maestro's joint.
Right.
You know, and it was like we had a menu.
Will you come in a drone this time around? The drone is very popular.
Yeah, probably.
Where are we meeting this year?
Labadi Beach.
Labadi Beach.
La Beach Hotel.
La Beach Hotel. Okay,
Labadi
and
Beach
it's on the 24th.
It is on.
Tickets are selling where?
Labadi Beach Hotel, Airport Shell. There's a place around Aviation Road, Nyaho Clinic Road called Breeze FM.
Breeze FM.
Yeah,
okay. How much are we paying?
500,
500 only.
300, and 150.
150.
But it comes with leather chops, and you know, it's a whole.
It's a whole package.
Yeah,
Kojo Antwi experience. I see. Who is performing with you on the night? I know you always have. This is my final question to you. I know you always have space for youngsters to come out. Who's performing with you tonight?
Della Butri.
Della Butri is there.
And
the Wale Sounds.
Yeah. Kofi Kenata is on. Sue, there's this brilliant, energetic young lady from, a Ghanaian, you know. And then my Warriors will be there. Kwame Ewa is with me. My band is there. There's a saxophonist, a great guy who, so it's going to be a remarkable.
The maestro, Kojo Antwi, as always. 24th is never complete without Kojo Antwi. Christmas is never complete, so you go out there, get a ticket, and join the big fat party. We need to celebrate Christmas in grand style, and it can only be done with the maestro.